The iron, some think it's the Roman Empire, the two divisions. Well, maybe. But the iron crushes. The thing about the iron, or the fourth kingdom, is that it crushed all the kingdoms before it, it says. It crushed all of them. The first question I have to my Western thinker is that you claim this is the Roman Empire. If it is the Roman Empire, can you tell me how and when did Rome crush the silver? It did not take Iran, the Parthian. It never completely succeeded in trying to take over the Parthian Empire, the Iranian, the Persian. They never crushed all the ones before it. Okay? Never. So, the iron is, guess what? It comes back again. In other words, you look at this composite, you look at the rest of the composites, they match perfectly. In fact, if you look at Revelation chapter 13, in Revelation chapter 13, it tells you about this beast. Verse 2, now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear. His mouth like the mouth of a lion. In the West, it's, let's see, his mouth of a lion, his blasphemies. His feet of a bear, well, he stomps, kind of like a big military machine. And the leopard, he's as fast as the leopard. I don't know where you come up with this stuff. The mouth of a lion, the lion is a specific composite of a specific empire. And that specific empire was the Babylonian Empire. The lion is Babylon. All scholars agree, whether they agree with my Islamic paradigm or not, they all agree. Right, Mr. Missler? The lion is Babylon. Go ahead, yes or no? No comment. He pleads the fifth. I learned from Americans when they plead the fifth. They're playing politics anyway. So then you have the feet of a bear. Who's the bear? No, it's not. Don't say Russia. Iran, Medo-Persia. You're right. It is Iran, the Medo-Persian Empire. Well, those are all Muslim. The lion is Babylon. The leopard is the Grecian 1040 window. All that is Muslim. And the bear is Iran, Medo-Persia. All that is Muslim. And that's where all the mess is happening. So if Revelation gives you this composite, well, where's Europe? It doesn't have Europe. The Grecian Empire never included Europe. So the very one the West is focused on is the one that's never mentioned in the Bible, nowhere in literal fashion or even allegoric fashion. Even if we accept that this is the Roman Empire ceased to exist in the West, but continued to exist in the 1040 window parts. By the way, North Africa, Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, Morocco, Mauritania were part of the Roman Empire. And guess what? They were part of the Western Roman Empire, not the Eastern. So if you want 5 toes, you can find 5 toes easily in the African, North African regions with the revival of a Roman Empire. And you can find 5 in the East easily. So we have the 1040 window, we have the Muslim, and then guess what? There's really 5 if you look at it. They're not 4, they're 5. They're 4 and they're 5. Both are correct because it tells us there are 4. There are also 5 because here the iron and the clay seems to be coming out of this, but really it's a revival of the 4th. Okay? Now, the interesting part in looking at this, look what it says. Verse 35. Verse 34. Verse 34, you watched while a stone was cut out without hands, which struck the image on its feet of iron and clay and broke them in pieces. Then the iron and the clay, the bronze and the silver and the gold were crushed together. Did you see that together there? All at the same time? I know that doesn't mean much to you. Let me tell you why that's so significant. Because if this is speaking about history, if this statue is regarding the gold being ancient Babylon, and the silver being ancient Persia, and the bronze being ancient Grecia, how are they destroyed together? Either the Bible has a mistake, or we have a mistake. When it comes to the Bible and us, guess who has the mistake always? Rule number one in hermeneutics: you're always wrong. The whole world is wrong and Noah's right. And that's how it is. It says they were all crushed together at the same time. Who crushes them together? The Messiah himself personally will come and fight them. And became like chaff. Threshing floor, wind carried them. The stone struck the image, became a great what? Mountain. Verse 35. And filled the whole earth. He became a great kingdom. He's a king ruling a mountain, a kingdom. Boy, it sounds a little different than what you're used to in the West. Things begin to click for a change. God means something specific. So if the stone crushes the image, hits the image at the feet, in the end, at this position, and they will all be crushed together, that means what? That means the ancient Babylonian Empire must come back as a power peg in the Middle East. And guess what? They're working on it. You Americans crushed them. Now they're working in Islamic stuff. Sharia law is in there. Iran, it's right here, working. Ahmadinejad is threatening the world. In fact, the Antichrist himself, it says in the book of Daniel, he will go against the strongest of all fortresses. What does that mean? He's crazy enough to declare war on the most powerful nations on earth. It's exactly what Muslims do. They declared war on Britain, they declared war on America. So how is it Christ will crush the ancient Babylonian? No, because these come back again. This is Muslim, this is Muslim, this is Muslim. You know, whether your interpretation of the Roman Empire, I don't know. So that means Europe becomes Muslim too. If you want to say that the iron is the Rome, is Europe, then Europe is going to turn Muslim too. But I don't think so. I don't think that's what it is about. Because as we study the Bible, we don't find any literals with the European countries at all. So the Messiah will destroy all Islamic nations coming in the end. In other words, what we begin to understand when we look at these things is that what the West thinks is that the Bible is single-minded. He says something specific regarding one specific stuff, but it does not apply the duality of Scripture. The Scripture is dual. It has a short term and a long term. In other words, it happens again. Okay? If you look at Revelation 13, it sure confirms that. You go to Revelation chapter 17. In Revelation 17, it talks about this woman, Mystery Babylon. Verse 9. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. There are also 7 kings. So, is there an eraser? No eraser.
Secret, hidden.
Ah, thank you. Thank you, brother. So we draw 7 mountains. 1 mountain, 2 mountain, 3 mountain, 4 mountain, 5 mountain, 6 mountain, 7 mountain. You like my mountains? Americans love the art, the panache. There are 7 mountains. There are also 7 kings. Kings rule kingdoms. So we got 1 kingdom, 2 kingdoms, 3 kingdoms, 4 kingdoms, 5 kingdoms, 6 kingdoms, 7 kingdoms, right? Okay, look what it says. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, are also 7 kings. 5 have fallen.